to know where all this untraceable money ended up? In Karen's son's bank accounts. Accounts opened and controlled by Karen Patterson. There is one reason why someone will go through this much trouble to hide income. They're selling drugs. We did some checking. Sam and Newcomb's drug associates told us they work for one person, Karen Patterson.
We know about the money, Karen.
What money?
Drug money. I was a DA, so I know how your drug operation worked. You were a wholesaler with a great cover. You used people who tended to your needs as employees, valets, manicurists. The whole Beverly Hills service industry was your chain of distribution, and you never forgot your friends. That was your ticket to every party and event in Beverly Hills. Some women brought other women. Some women brought other men. You were the coke girl.
No, that's wrong. I wasn't it at all. Believe me, Ron. He's wrong. Whoever told him that was lying.
Luther's only coming at you this hard because that's exactly what the DA will do. Tell me how he was wrong.
Sam made me do it. He was the drug dealer, and he couldn't open up all those bank accounts on his own. He told me that he'd kill me if I didn't help him hide his money. I told you how afraid I was.
Look, I'm happy to try the case, and nobody wants to believe the client more than me.
She wasn't a willing drug dealer, Tom. We can argue this was part of the abuse. Sam forced Karen to participate in his drug business under duress. Legally, it excuses her involvement in it.
You think the jury will buy that?
Yes, we have character witnesses lined up to testify on Karen's behalf. They wouldn't be willing to do that if she was a drug dealer.
Unless they're drug clients. Look, I'm just saying they might be trying to protect themselves. If Karen goes down, they could too.
As a lawyer, whether you believe Karen or not, you have to act like you do. Look, if you can't make this case to a jury, I will. I'll first chair the trial.
Ron.
Tom, you're a good friend. You're a great trial lawyer. But if I have to do this case alone, I will.
Karen Patterson didn't murder her son that day. She murdered a monster who was high on drugs and who systematically beat her. She was a prisoner in her own home.
Excuse me, could you step back? You're standing really close, it's sort of intimidating.
Sure.
Karen Patterson shot a monster that day. Wouldn't we have done the same? Ask yourselves that question. That's your duty as jurors. It's your job.
I don't know about anybody else, but you're coming across as sort of aggressive.
Hostile, too.
Funny, I used to get that same complaint from my second wife.
You heard about the Cali cartel? Now there's the Mommy cartel. American Crime has just obtained information from confidential sources within the DA's office that shows murdering mom Karen Patterson was running a drug ring out of her home and that her own son Sam was on her payroll.
None of the drug evidence is relevant. We won our pretrial motion to keep it out of court, but I guess the press was bound to get a hold of it.
Reese is a good DA. If she's leaking this now, she must have something new to tie Sam's murder into Karen's drug business.
We need to find out. Luther, talk to one of your DA contacts. Tom, hold on. So, you saw the results of my mock jury.
They weren't bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they were horrible, but you know, it happens. You know, sometimes you get a bad panel. All right, so it wasn't a bad panel, but you know why you're great on TV, Ron? Because you're big. And people want a bigger-than-life personality on the screen. Now, when you're in the courtroom, they want sincerity.
Actually, I'm being sincere most of the time, believe it or not.
I know. But the jury, you know, they see the Cartier watch, you know, the pocket square, the striped dress shirt. It's just that you're coming off a little slick, that's all.
So, it's the clothes?
No, it's the spin. You know, a good soundbite isn't going to win you the case. A juror wants to come out on the right side. You know, if an injustice has been done, they want to correct it. So make them feel like they're correcting an injustice. Now, your instinct was right to take over the case. You care for Karen, and you truly believe that she was battered by Sam. Make the jury feel that.
How did we find out about this?
I have a friend at the DA's office in media relations. She gave me the heads up. A new witness just came forward.
I knew Sam Patterson. I was his girlfriend. Sam loved his mom. He never would have hurt her. He was selling drugs because she wanted him to. And he didn't want to do it anymore, and he didn't want her to do it either, so he made a tape of her talking about her drug business and threatened to go to the cops with it unless she stopped dealing. And that's why she killed him.
So you're doing drug cases now? What's next, child molesters? Nice try with the motion to keep Karen's drug dealing excluded from the trial, but now I have a witness that makes it relevant.
Ron's dragging all of you over a cliff, and you know it.
Sam did not abuse his mom. He never would have touched her.
Did the police ever find the tape?
No. I think Elizabeth sounds believable.
I don't. I think she's lying. This girl wants publicity. Karen is our client. It's our job to continue to defend her. As her lawyers, we owe her that loyalty. You know that.
I do. And I know Karen means a lot to you.
We need to discredit Elizabeth. We find out everything we can about her school reports, any police records, anything we can use to impeach her credibility. And thanks, Luther.
Since we only have one day before the start of trial, I just want to make sure we're all on the same page. Where are we with Sam's girlfriend's discovery?
We found out from our private investigator that last week Elizabeth was seen using cocaine at this Hollywood nightclub. He also told me that she has 2 priors for possession of coke. Yesterday, he tailed her to a law firm in Beverly Hills that handles literary representation.
So we need to figure out who she met with and get copies of any signed agreements. We better get started.
You're nervous.
Says who?
You're tugging at your shirt sleeves. You do that when you're nervous.
I pay you to analyze other people's behavioral quirks. If you want, I'll pay you extra to stop analyzing mine. How are we doing with our case?
My polling shows Elizabeth is hurting our defense. Potential jurors are seeing her on TV a lot, and they believe what she has to say.
Battered parent syndrome. Good?
Bad. People think it's extreme. Ideally, we would have a prosecutor type, someone the jury trusts to first chair the case. It can make them feel more comfortable with the defense.
So Luther should try the case. That's what you're saying, or Tom?
No. I think you should do it. Your mock jury results are getting better. I think there's a reason for that. You're passionate about this case. You're on a mission. It comes through. Let it work for you at trial.
It's guilt, Miranda. I wasn't there when Karen needed me before.
When her husband died.
I can't turn my back on her now.
Sam called me that day. He said he was gonna tell Karen about the tape. He thought that it would get her to stop dealing. And he was gonna stop using too. He knew that he had a drug problem, but it was hard because he was around drugs so much.
How much?
He was selling for his mom every day at parties and clubs. He made her a lot of money.
Elizabeth, did you ever witness any discussions between Sam and his mom about his drug dealing?
Yeah, he told her that they should get out of the drug business. And he told her that everything was going to be okay, but she just would never listen. And that's why he made the tape, to force her to listen. But it just got him killed.
You didn't mention your own drug use or possession busts.
I didn't deny them.
Sam used to give you some of his drug money, right?